So the title of the show is Right Here and Out There. Being in the gallery, there's such a clear out there because it's out there. I'm looking at it now, it's the sea, it's the horizon. It just takes you away from where you are. And you're also right here because this is where all the stuff is. And there will be some work. There is some work out there as well. So there are all sorts of different kinds of out there. What is so great in this gallery is the daylight, because my experience of making work is that it's done in daylight, and that's what changes it all the time. And particularly with the works that have got some coloured acrylic, the sense of light coming in from the side just really makes them live in the way that they've very rarely been seen before, and that's been absolutely brilliant. The works that were chosen in the end were kind of inevitable and maybe came out of a different conversation or something that was unspoken, really. And installing them has been amazingly straightforward, because not all of them are that easy. There's a lot of tweaking, and is this going to work? Is the ceiling high enough to get this thing over these things? And sometimes I couldn't remember how things went together because it's so long since I'd seen them. Well, I think the materials I use are really quite straightforward. The new work on the roof, or the newest work, which was kind of finished at the end of last year actually, I've never really seen it properly till we put it up there today. I mean, that's rebar. Everyone knows about rebar. It's a basic building sort of framework. It's what goes into concrete, and the spheres are painted polystyrene. I mean, what could be more everyday than that? And other materials in the show are lots of acrylic, some cast plaster, cast concrete, as in docking, silk, silicone rubber, neoprene. There's nothing that no one doesn't know anything about. Maybe the context is unfamiliar, but the materials, I think, are not actually. All these works, they cover, 30 years, maybe 40 years. So they're made at such different times with different intentions. It's just so great to see a lot of it again that I haven't seen for such a long time. When work goes into storage, it's a horrible thing, and every artist hates that. You finish it, if it isn't sold, which it invariably isn't, it has to go somewhere. And I've actually destroyed work rather than have it in my studio in a huge crate taking up an enormous amount of space. But all these, in a way, they've all been saved. They have been stored, and it's just wonderful to see them. But not just to see them again, but in this particular gallery where there is not just daylight coming in from the side, but you see the horizon beyond, and I've never ever had the backdrop of that behind a piece of work before, and it's just incredible because it's infinity. You don't get that in a building. I think it's really important that the viewer has the experience of being in the work, and I know a lot of people think it's very difficult to look at my work, but I actually don't think it is, because I think there is nothing you need to know about it beforehand. You don't need to research it, to read anything about it, but what you do need, you do need an encounter with it, and it doesn't matter how you encounter it, which way you come to it. There is no narrative. It's simply about being with it and seeing it, actually, yeah.